Yes, sir. We are here. We are here. It is time. It is, I mean, you guys probably don't know who you're listening to, but here's an introduction. You know me, know the voice of the guy. It's me, really real, villain real, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service, and I'm so happy to be a part of the Betting Pros team and to being able to bring you this podcast, Fast Break Bets. Now, if you're wondering, maybe you're listening to me and you caught me on some of my other shows with the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Maybe this is your first time hearing me at all, but I love basketball. I am a big basketball aficionado. I love the WNBA. I love the NBA. I love handicapping basketball overall. I do other things, but I just have a love for basketball too. And so now I get to bring you this podcast where we just strictly talk about basketball. That's what's going to be every single day. If you listen to the Daily Juice, and I was a listener, I still am a listener to the Daily Juice. Shout out to Matt Perrault. Like, I listen to the Daily Juice, and I always wanted to do a podcast like that. So the fact that it's now full circle for me is really, really cool. A little bit into my background, I'm former military. I served in the Air Force for 4 years, separated as a captain in the Air Force. I deployed. I did everything I could in the Air Force. And I knew I wanted to be in this space. I wanted to be in this space and be able to do this. So I ultimately left the Air Force and got this opportunity with Betting Pros, and I'm super duper excited. So excuse me there, that was really embarrassing for my first show for me to cough like that, but I'm just really happy. So it's going to be very similar. If you're a fan of the Daily Juice, it's going to be a different energy, but it's very similar. We're doing every single day 10 to 15 minute podcast. I'm going to come out here every single day as much as I can. I really don't ever want to miss a day. So I'm going to be trying to go as hard as I can so I don't miss a day. Whether I got to record in my car, I will try to do it so that I can get you the picks for this show. And we're just going to keep betting basketball year round because basketball is a year round sport. People don't know it. The WNBA is about to take us all the way to the NBA regular season. And then when the NBA regular season takes us to the WNBA, we're gonna throw in some college in there. We're gonna throw in maybe some TBT in there. We're gonna throw in maybe some Big Three, unrivaled, a 3-on-3 women's basketball league kicking off in Miami in January. I'm going to have plays on that. Like, we're constantly gonna have plays for you. So again, super duper excited to be able to do this. Thank you and shout out to everybody at Betting Pros for giving me this opportunity. And I promise I'm not gonna let y'all down. And as much as I would love to hit every pick, I'm probably not going to hit every pick. But just to introduce folks, because we're about to talk about the WNBA in just a second, I do host a podcast called the WNBA Gambling Podcast that you can catch the long version and the deep breakdown with me and my co host Scott Reichel in that show. But I'm going to go ahead and give you out a few WNBA picks here. If you would like to know my best bet record, and I'm a touter, I tout when it's due. I do tout. I am sitting on in the first half of WNBA 25-10 in my best bet 71%. So I might know a little bit of what I'm talking about, but we're gonna see. I don't want to jinx anything. I really don't. I just want to go out there and just have a great time recording this podcast. Like, this is really therapy to me, and just being able to sit in front of a microphone and just talk out my bets to you guys. Like, I'm not sitting here giving out, hey, you got to go play this. You really don't got to play this. You could tell me, you could fail me, you could do whatever. Uh, you could tell me. I said fail me. No, you could tell me or you can fade me. You can do whatever. Like, it really doesn't matter to me. But I'm just telling you what I'm doing, what I'm interested in. So if you like my reasoning and you want to back me, then do it. And if you don't, then okay, it's cool. Like, I'm just here to help build this community and just kind of get people back into basketball, especially in the WNBA, because I really do love this league. So I have three plays for sure. Nah, I have four plays. I have four plays. I'm not gonna lie. I have four plays. So I got four plays in WNBA in the first day back in the WNBA. I really didn't mean to go overboard, but I just kept liking plays and liking plays. So let's just play it. And hey, maybe if you listen to this reasoning, you're gonna like them too. Before we do that, though, I gotta talk to you guys about the Betting Pros app. You guys really do gotta get in there and get that app. Make sure you sync your sports books. You can sync your sports books so all your plays go through the app, and you can tout too. If you're a touter just like me, and you're going out there, and you're hitting all these crazy bets, you're hitting these parlays, you got this crazy ROI or something like that, then 100% do that. I truly believe people should be able to tout when you're doing well. Now, if you're doing wrong, then you got if you're doing bad, then you gotta take the criticism. But if you're doing well, you might as well tout because people are going to give you crap if you're doing bad. So you might as well tout when you're doing well. So make sure you go into the Betting Pros app and you sign up and go ahead and get that slap. I'm sorry, get all of those sports books just synced over into there and get your bet. Let everybody see what you're doing. Make sure you check all the information, check the articles, go out and use the systems, mess around with that feature. That's really, really cool. You can use that in the NBA same game parlay tool. You can do that in the NFL and you can do that in MLB. So go out there and really, really tap into that Betting Pros app that just has a whole bunch of different avenues. And you can get that in your app store, wherever, the App Store, Google Play Store, wherever you get your apps from. So make sure you tap into the Betting Pros app. All right, guys. First play up in the WNBA, we're going to start with this is a favorite of mine because if you want to understand, and as we go through this, you're going to start to understand the type of better I am. And I very much am a trend better. Like, I have trends in the WNBA that I don't question. It doesn't matter what's happening. I'm just going to play them because they hit more often than not. And so, shout out to the moneyballer.com because they are a really, really good website that breaks down all the first half trends in the WNBA so that you can see it. And for years, and I'm talking about years, I have been betting the Washington Mystics in the first half. This team, it doesn't matter who they try out there. They are a first half team and they are really, really good at covering the line in the first half. Look at what the Washington Mystics are doing in the first half this year. They are 17-6-2 in the first half of the season. They're going up against the Minnesota Lynx on the road. On the road as a dog, the Mystics are 9-3-1 in the first half. Whereas if you look at the Minnesota Lynx, they're 13-12-1 overall in the first half. At home as a favorite, they're 3-7-1. So you have a Mystics team that trends to covering the first half. You have a Lynx team that trends to not covering the first half. Then you also add the fact that the Washington Mystics are getting reinforcements because they've been without two of their best players in Slim Sykes, Brittany Sykes, and Shakira Austin, who haven't been playing in the first half. They both got hurt. They both really haven't been able to play many games this season at all. They're both expected to play here. They both are not expected to have any type of minutes restriction. And they're both two of the best defenders for this team, for the Washington Mystics. The defensive rating for this team goes through the roof when they're both on the court. They're both really good at scoring. Shakira Austin is a big that can get on the inside, and Slim can score on all three levels. She can score from three, she can score mid range, she can score at the cup, she can score from the free throw line, and she can get the offense rolling. This team plays so much better when they're in the lineup. So I think this is a really, really good situation. Catching a bunch of points right after the break for them to come in here and just show what this Washington Mystics team does in the first half to the whole world. So this first half line is 5.5. I see it is Washington Mystics plus 5.5 here. So I'm gonna take the Washington Mystics plus 5.5 in the first half. The line kind of differs. I see minus 115 in some books, but just shop your lines. Like I'm not here to tell you, I may have a line here and when I drop the podcast, WNBA lines move so often that, it may be better or worse. So just make sure you shop your lines, look at all the sports books and get the best line for this. But Mystics plus 5.5 in the first half, that is play number one for fast break bets. Play number two, I'm going to the Chicago Sky and the Phoenix Mercury game. And I'm going to pull up a player that you all should know very well, even if you semi follow the WNBA. Angel Reese has been so good rebounding the basketball. So I just want to show you guys here. Shout out to Outlier for all of this stuff. But Angel Reese, look at what she's done this season in the last 10 games of rebounding the basketball. And oh, I didn't mean to exit out of that. Let's go ahead and pull that back up. But and youtube.com/bettingpros. If you're catching this via podcast version, we do have a YouTube where you can see exactly what I'm looking at here. But let's look at Angel Reese rebounds. They're currently they were at 12.5. You see 13.5 here. I believe that 12.5. Yeah, you can find 12.5 here for minus 120 odds. And so Looking at the line, last 10 games, she's had 16, 11, 16, 19, 10, 14, 13, 10, 16, 10. This is what she does. She rebounds the basketball and she is so good at it. She's clearly like in her rookie year, I can say she is the best rebounder in the league. And so now you have also a Phoenix Mercury team who down here uh, I don't know if you could. I guess you can't see that, and I'm gonna have to work on that so that you can be able to see that. But they give up 11th most rebounds. There's only 12 teams in the league, guys. They give up the 11th most rebounds to opponent teams, ninth most to the forward position. Angel Reese has exceeded 12 and a half rebounds in 5 of the last 6 games at home, averaging 15 rebounds per game in that span. Like, I think this is absolutely a spot where you just trust early in the season, and I say early in the season because they had a month off. So I'm treating these games as if it's May and the season just started. I'm gonna stick with what works. And Angel Reese is a dog on the glass. Brittany Griner has allowed a bunch of rebounders. She's a bunch of rebounds, even though she's 6'9". She's really not that good of a rebounder in the W. Angel Reese is very strong inside the paint. She goes and gets offensive rebounds. I think this is a very, very good play here. So I'm going to go ahead and give out Angel Reese over 12 and a half rebounds for play number 2. You can get that around minus 120 odds, and you can play that as well. All right. Next play number 3. I am going to take the Los Angeles Sparks plus 11 against the New York Liberty. Now, some people are going to be like, oh, Terrell, what are you doing? The New York Liberty are 21-4. Trust me, I know. I'm a New York Liberty fan. I don't know if that's going to tempt you at all to follow me with this bet, but I'm a New York Liberty fan, and I'm telling you to take the Sparks plus 11. And the reason I'm telling you to do that is because the New York Liberty do not cover double digit spreads. This is just purely a fade on the Liberty covering double digit spreads. If you look at them over the course of the first half of the season, they are 1-11 ATS when they're catching double digits in the WNBA. Whereas if you look on the other side of the ball, the Los Angeles Sparks are 8-2 ATS when they are catching double digits. So laying double digits, the New York Liberty are 1-11 catching double digits. The Los Angeles Sparks are 8-2. 1 plus 1 equals 2 right there. And then you also add in the fact that Benajelani Hamilton for the New York Liberty is not playing in this game. She's still out with the right knee. She got surgery on it, so she's going to be missing some time. That's a really, really big loss for them because she is the best defender for this New York Liberty team. In fact, she actually leads the whole WNBA in plus minus on the court because of how much she means to this team. If you look at her on the court, off court numbers, the defense numbers goes down significantly when she's off the court. And so this is a spot where I think that, hey, this Sparks team really, really scrappy. This is a bunch of points for just after the break, I think. And the Sparks play way better at home. They have a win against the Aces at home. Like, I think this is a really, really good spot for you, a really, really good spot for you to take this Sparks team and just, hey, trust the numbers. Trust the numbers. 1-11 is nothing to play with. Like 1-11 is nothing to play with. And you can say the Liberty are due, but without Benajelani Hamilton, I just think that defensively they're going to have some issues, and you'll have players like Azare Stevens, Dearica Hamby that'll be able to get inside the paint against this Liberty team and really, really give them issues and be able to score. So I like the Los Angeles Sparks plus 11.5 is actually a number. 11.5. That is play number 3. And I'm going to slide play number 4 in there. I will. Because Satu Sabali is back in the WNBA, and she's a really, really good player. She's been out for the first half of the season with the Dallas Wings. Wings are going up against the Connecticut Sun here, who are also a really good team. But Satu has, matter of fact, let's just go ahead and pull up the numbers so you can see yourself. I don't even want to just tell you. I want you to see it. So make sure youtube.com/bettingpros if you want to check this stuff out as well, if you're catching this via podcast. But hey, so looking at Satu Sabali and what Satu Sabali has done against the Connecticut Sun head to head, again, she has not played all year, but she did play in the Olympics. She played for Team Germany, and she had really, really good numbers, and she was able to get those reps in the Olympics, and that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to watch her in the Olympics. I wanted to see how she looked. She played really well. She looked fresh. So now she's going to come into the WNBA, and she's going to absolutely kill in a league that is a little bit less physical than international basketball. Like if you had to put it in a spectrum, International basketball, extremely physical. WNBA is physical, but not as much. And then college is just bottom of the barrel right there. So Satu Sabali, her points, rebounds, and assists is currently at 24 and a half, minus 120. Look at the last four games against the Connecticut Sun here, and she actually has gone over this in three of the last four games. She's had 41 on the PRA, 32, 41. She had 14 in that last game, but that last game they won by 20 plus points, so she didn't have to do much. She didn't even play that much because they were killing the Sun in that game. So I think that this is another opportunity for her to play a team that she's very comfortable with. This team, compared to the Sun last year, are very comparable. I think that she's going to have a lot of the same matchup problems. And hey, she's going to be able to score. She's going to be able to give out some assists. If you look at the assist number, she had five in the past two games. So I think that's still a very, very good opportunity for her. 24 and a half for a player that I think could walk into 20 points here just feels very, very short. So give me Satu Sabali over 24 and a half points, rebounds, and assists for play number 4. And that's it. That's it for the first episode of Fast Break Bets. Again, I'm really, really excited about this. I'm super happy, and it's just a full circle moment. Again, I was a fan of the Daily Juice. I used to listen every day. I had a 30-minute commute to the base, and I used to listen every day to Matt. And so the fact that I get to do something like that for the Betting Pros platform, super duper excited. Really, really happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to it, honestly. So, uh, really, just hey, I'm trying to build a community. So make sure you check out our Betting Pros Discord, get into that Fast Break Bets Discord, and chat with me. If you have some questions about the WNBA, you have questions about basketball in general, hey, should I take this bet? Should I do that bet? Whatever it is, like please hop in there at me and let's talk. Like this is all a community, and I just want all of us to get together and be able to just bet together. Like I want you to feel like when you're placing your bets, whether you're tailing me or fading me, that we're all sitting on the couch together and we're just kind of hanging out here. Like this is my therapy and me being able to talk to you guys, and I want to be able to communicate with you guys. So I'll definitely be in the Discord talking, chatting it up, all of that stuff. I'll be in the Daily Juice Discord as well, all through Betting Pros. So make sure you get into that Betting Pros Discord, definitely. And really, that's it for me. Like, I really don't have anything else to say. Oh, but I do have to tell you that you should definitely make sure you are following us on X and TikTok at Betting Pros. Make sure you're following us on Instagram at Betting Pros NFL, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Betting Pros. But thank you for listening to Fast Break Bets presented by Betting Pros. And I really don't have nothing else to say, nothing else to do, no other way of ending the podcast. I'm just going to end it like this. We are out of here.